There's a question if the Dodgers minor league system is still elite. Dorian Finney-Smith is finally welcomed to the Lakers starting lineup, and Rashawn Slater could be the NFL's first $30 million offensive lineman. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos Morning Report. It's January 28th, 2025. Back in Portland for work. New digs, same tents on the curbs. It is a lovely atmosphere. I tried to do this clip earlier with open windows, got panhandled twice. I'll never be lonely with open windows in Portland. But on the plus side, we've added a new subscriber to the Angelenos Familia. Thank you for getting in on the ground floor. We're going to do our best to keep you informed. And if you like being in the know about LA sports, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist, and by all means comment. Now, before we go through the news and notes, we do have a look at the scoreboard. Lakers 112, Charlotte 107. Anthony Davis, monster mode. 42 points, grabs 23 rebounds. LeBron James added 22. The Lakers have won 4 consecutive games. They are a season best 8 games over 500. Phoenix 111, Clippers 109. 3 Clippers scored at least 20 in a losing cause. Ivica Zubac with 25. James Harden 24. Norman Powell 23. Detroit 5, Kings 2. Quentin Byfield and Kevin Fiala scored. And UCLA gets a badly needed win over USC, 82-76. This was a barometer of 2 programs that completely rebuilt themselves over the offseason. 4 Bruins scored in double figures, led by Eric Daly's 16. Sebastian Mack added 14 off the bench. USC, meanwhile, was led by Rashawn AG's 19 off the bench. Now, today, the Lakers are at Philadelphia at 4:30. And what do you say we get to the news? Now, we keep track of where the Dodgers minor league system ranks with the rest of MLB. Damn near every sports outlet releases a top 100 prospects list, and we've been accustomed to Dodgers farm system prospects automatically being labeled elite. I don't think they're elite, guys. So put it this way. 5 Dodgers are in the Athletics top 100, which, to be frank, sounds sort of above meh. And then it drops a little more if you add this little factor into the mix. In a sense, you could say it's only 4 prospects. River Ryan is on the list at 52nd. He's recovering from Tommy John surgery. True, he projects as a future number 2 starter, but he's on the list and he's not even pitching this year. And oh, by the way, he was in the majors last year as well. So, I don't know. Maybe you say it's deep with kind of above average players, but I don't know. Something tells me, you look at this, the shine is a little bit, well, it could use a little bit buffering up, frankly. And I will grant you that the Dodgers Major League Club is elite, and trying to get into that roster, let alone the lineup, seems like an impossible task. So maybe they don't need to be as elite as they used to be. But it's something that they pride themselves on. Now, as for players who actually can participate, outfielder converted catcher Dalton Rushing leapt up from 82nd best to 18th. He is the highest ranked Dodger prospect. So they don't even have a guy in the top 10 anymore. The scribe who created the rankings thinks Rushing still might have a chance behind the plate in LA. Sure, Will Smith has this big contract, but he's been missing time over the last couple of years due to injury. 2 prospects are just 20 years old. Those are outfielders Josue De Paula and Zahir Hope. De Paula is described as one of the best pure offensive prospects in the minors, so much so that his bat can play anywhere, so to speak. He currently plays first base and outfield. Shortstop Alex Freeland ranks 68th. He's considered a solid regular anywhere in the infield. Now, Roki Sasaki was not included, but the guy hasn't even pitched a minor league game, let alone a major league one. And if you're wondering, well, okay, James, who has an elite farm system according to these guys? Boston. They have 2 prospects in the top 10. Now, there should be another top 100 prospects list coming from ESPN in the near future. But right now, we have multiple outlets, multiple analysts saying that the Dodgers, maybe their reputation for developing talent is preceding them right now. Not that the Dodgers are looking to add starting pitching, but if you were curious, Trevor Bauer is headed back to Japan after signing with Yokohama Bay. He pitched there in 2023, went 11-4 with a 2.59 ERA. He was in Mexico last year. He went 10-0. With all the clickbait on the internet about blockbuster trades that the Lakers will not be making, it's clickbait porn, you still might wonder, wait a second, didn't the Lakers already make a pretty good deal? And it's true, they did. But Coach J.J. Redick recently mentioned that Dorian Finney-Smith was on a minutes restriction due to an ankle injury that he had been dealing with since early in the regular season. In other words, the Lakers traded for damaged goods, but hey, what the hell? Who among us hasn't rooted through a goodwill once in our lives? Anyway, this month, Redick has been able to increase Finney-Smith's minutes. He played 26 against the Washington Wizards about a week ago, for example. The guy added 16 points. He shot 4 of 6 from the three-point line. The dude finally started last night, 6 points, which isn't too great, but hey, let the guy get his stamina up. He played 27 minutes and he shot 3 of 5 from the floor. Redick kept Max Christie in the starting lineup. So if you're thinking it was going to be a one-for-one swap, not yet. That is a question that will pop up once Rui Hachimura gets healthy again. Jim Harbaugh loves him some offensive linemen. He loves them so much, and I think it's because that he knows that if he did not have offensive linemen when he played quarterback, he'd need both hips replaced instead of one. But I digress. He said the Chargers, quote, have the absolute best tackle group in pro football, unquote. Sort of. They can keep that best tackle group long term provided they extend Rashawn Slater. Not saying he's a free agent. That's going to come up in a little while. He's under team control through 2027. But here's the issue. It sounds like a long time. The longer that they kick that can down the road of not extending him, the price tag gets higher. It gets much higher. Now, in the past year, several tackles signed extensions. 3 of them now average more than $26 million a year. 2, Penei Sewell in Detroit and Christian Darrisaw of Minnesota, were in Slater's draft class. Now, Slater is considered the better of the 3. Or, if the Chargers simply let this play out long term and not extend for a while, Slater's going to wind up becoming the first $30 million offensive lineman. So, the Chargers have cap space. You might want to nudge him up on the old to-do list. If it matters, and it doesn't, CBSSports.com graded the first-year college football coaches. They gave UCLA's Rashawn Slater a B. The Bruins, keep in mind, they did finish below 500, but they did defeat 4 bowl teams in one of the nation's toughest schedules. So, can't really say I have much of a problem with that. Your 6-time MLS Cup champion Galaxy will unveil a statue of their legendary midfielder Kobe Jones. It was announced just before I started recording. The statue is going to be the 3rd out in front of Dignity Health Sports Park, alongside Landon Donovan, alongside David Beckham. Kobe Jones, not only did he play for multiple U.S. World Cup teams, he started and played his entire MLS career with the Galaxy. So this is actually a lovely gesture. The guy played 12 seasons, scored 70 goals. He won 2 MLS Cups, 2 Supporter Shields, 2 U.S. Opens Cups, and a CONCACAF Champions Cup. So, yeah, kind of deserves it. I mean, when MLS first came out, they had very few players to market. Kobe Jones was one of them because of the recognition with the World Cup. You'd have a question whether or not MLS actually still exists without Kobe Jones. So, it's absolutely deserved. We were told the Messiah was coming a year ago, but turns out it's just another in a long line of false prophets. Forward Messiah Bright basically took a look at the landscape and said, Houston looks more like the Holy Land to me. Angel City FC has sent Bright and her Holier Than Thou first name to Houston for about $150,000. May as well be 30 pieces of silver, am I right? She scored 1 goal for LA. Now, you got to be real when you name your kids. You've got to choose names that fit. Could you not name your kid Messiah if they can only score 1 goal? Can we swing that? There was no parting of the Red Sea. She didn't even make the LA River work. In the New Testament, the Messiah said he was sent to call not the righteous, but sinners to repentance. Well, in that case, Houston is a really good call because you're going to find a lot of them in the slums around that soccer stadium. I've been there. Mother Teresa from beyond the grave is like, yo, Calcutta looks like it's going to have a bit of a property value boost compared to Houston, Texas. And let's not forget, you're not just talking about sinners over in those slums, cheaters too. The Astros play like 2 blocks away. Just saying. Welcome your Messiah, Houston. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Do you think the Dodgers are okay without having an elite minor league system? For that matter, what moves do you anticipate being made in the lineup with Dorian Finney-Smith? And if you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. With the cracked voice and all, we'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Cortel Queso production. Take care.